Welcome to Rewriting Week. We've talked a lot about rewriting and the different ways you can rewrite and rewriting at different levels. One of the ways that we've rewritten is we've just done do-overs. And I think that's really the most, it's not going to work very well, do-overs. That's one of the most obvious ways of writing again, doing an essay shape a second or third or fourth time. And every time we rewrite at the level of the whole essay, we get a better sense of how the shape works. It became clearer and clearer as you wrote a couple fables how it feels to write a fable. And likewise with essays 4, 5, and 6, you guys have gotten better and better at understanding how a story, the concrete details of the story, can be put to service of an abstract idea. We can draw the idea out of the story. We can find a story that fits and illustrates an idea. But this back and forth between idea writing, abstraction, and concrete specifics of the story, you're beginning to get a sense of how they interact and how they can be ordered in an essay. So that's one real basic way of rewriting. But rewriting happens at other scales as well. We can rewrite at the level of the paragraph. So we can go back into the middle of your essays, and if I've discovered that I really want to talk about acknowledgement, that's the idea of that wonderful, wonderful birthday celebration to the casino, and if it's really about acknowledging somebody's hard work, well, I might go back into the story itself, back into the paragraphs, to add more specifics, to elaborate with more concrete detail, to help focus and tilt that story to its work of now being in service of acknowledgement as opposed to just telling a tale. So once we have that beginning and end of an essay, once we have a better sense of the purpose of all of those concrete details, we also have a guide about how to add more, how to let go of some, to rewrite at the paragraph, at the level of the paragraph, to give more focus, more generous expression, and more targeted expression as we work through the essay. And you kind of have to have a whole essay before you know how to do that. So we can rewrite at the level of the paragraph. That funny little peace sign paragraph is what I use to talk about paragraphs. And we can also rewrite at the level of the sentence. We can take a sentence and simply reorder its words, or use different words, or mix it up, rephrase it, to get the most punch that we can, to add variety, to add clarity, to come to felicitous expression. There's a great vocab, felicitous. It means to bring happiness, a happy phrasing, a delicious phrasing, a phrasing that pleases us and pleases our readers. So we talk about rewriting. We can do do-overs. We can rewrite paragraphs. We can rewrite at the level of the sentence. And sometimes as we're working, we actually sharpen our idea. We realize that, I really want to say this. And that clarity and that precision is a kind of, we sometimes use the word for revising. We've seen the idea of the sentence in a new light, and we've shifted it. So this week is an opportunity to work on all those different levels of rewriting, and also to understand that one of the things we also rewrite is we can rewrite with attention to graphics. And graphics means the look of the paper. When you are writing at college level work, that paper represents you. It represents your thought. And very often, the paper replaces the person. Think about that. The paper replaces the person. There are people who are going to read you who have never met you. And so, especially in this class, we're a portfolio class. You're finished writing, gets sent to readers who have not met you, haven't been working with you, have no idea who you are. The only part of you that they know is what they see on paper. And so it's very important that our papers look right. For example, you may notice I'm all gussied up for our talk about revision and graphics today. And I don't know if you like the look. It's kind of snazzy to put on a blazer and a tie. You know, right in the middle of the term, most of us are walking around in our boxer shorts at home, but no, your professor, not only do I have pants on, but I put on a tie and I put on a blazer. And it gives it kind of, you know, a professional look, like what's up with Captain Kirk as you're watching the video. Now, notice what happens with this. I'm going to come out just to the view for a second again. All right, ready? So here I am. Now, you may notice there's something a little different about how I look. In fact, if you look closely, my tie's askew. I untucked my shirt. Here's my undershirt's coming out. I've rolled up my sleeve, and even there's you can't see it because it's bad, but my pockets are out in my pants. I look a little bit less pulled together than I did a few minutes ago. And frankly, if someone were to walk by this recording studio and see me and look in right now, they say, "What is up with this crazy man? He looks a mess." And you don't want to look like a mess, and you don't want your papers to look a mess. Excuse me. Oh. Tuck in your shirt, Professor. And that's why the graphics of your finished papers are so important. We want them to have a pulled together professional look. And when we talk about MLA formatting, that's the name that we give for how to dress up your papers, how to properly dress the look of your papers. So MLA is a graphic format, and you'll see links in the paper. There's all kinds of rules. Some professors spend weeks on detailing these rules. I find the rules terrifically boring, and I'm not going to spend your time listening to me list them. So what I think the most important part about MLA is that it matters what your papers look like. And there is a specific way of dressing them, specific ways of making them look. And to make yours look right, find a model and match it. So that's the quickest way. So you'll see in the website, I'm going to take off this blazer because I've had enough of this. You'll see a sample MLA style, and it's really specific, and you've got to make your papers look that way too. There's a heading with your name, the professor's name, the course, and the date. There is a title, a two-part title, and there are paragraphs that are double spaced consistently and throughout, a Times New Roman 12-point font, 1-inch margins, headers with your last name and a page number. All of these things you don't have to memorize. I'm not even going to put them up on the board because you can see the model. But it's very, very specific. So in this class, when the readers look, there's only 2 grades we can get for MLA graphics. Either an A, it's perfect, or B, you did something wrong, F. So you get an A or an F. It's all or nothing with MLA. So you really want to make sure that in your final portfolio, these graphics are accurate and precise. So you may do these rewrites, MLA rewrites. You may do them on Google Docs. That's an easy way to do it. You may also do it in Pages or in Microsoft Word, as long as we have the formatting. Double spaced consistently, a title, a heading, headers, 12-point font, Times New Roman is the kind of type. A font means the kind of type that you use. There's some more specific things for when we quote outside works, how we use citations. We'll be talking about that more in the weeks ahead. But for now, as you're rewriting your 4 or your 5 or your 6 or all 3 of those essays, one of the most important things that you'll be doing is putting the graphic form into the MLA form. So there's another part of MLA that has to do with sentences, and we're going to come to that in just a second. So rewriting week, we can rewrite to revise the idea, we can rewrite to improve the paragraphs, and we can rewrite at the level of the sentence, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes in the next video. There we go.